All right, so here we've got Aussie, and we're talking about our Throwback Thursday. Now, I'm using this horse for a throwback because he's been under saddle many years ago, and he had then a very traumatic accident after that. So we're very slowly bringing him back. So just give us a little rundown on what's happened this morning and what you've changed in what you're doing and how he's responded.
Well, this is the first time I put a bridle on him. It's not the first time he's had one. Mm-hmm. It's the first time I've done it. And so what I found today was we were just stuck in this loop of trying to do all the, touch him with the rope, trying to get to his back feet, all these things. And his go-to in that is always moving his feet away from you.
Yeah. And
we're stuck in this loop of he moves and we follow, and he moves and we follow, and we're kind of babying the issue a bit. So I think that you can get stuck in that for a really long time.
Yeah.
So I asked you if you thought we should just maybe move on to something a little bit more involved for him, and he'll figure out to keep his feet still.
Yes.
Through the process eventually.
Yeah, so we talk about that a lot. You know, you can't stop the horse from moving. And basically what we both realised at the same time was that's what we're trying to do now. You know, we're sort of waiting until he stops moving, then we're removing the rope, whatever. But he's not moving very much. He's not moving very far. He's just moving enough to move.
Right.
So, yeah, we felt that we weren't getting anywhere. So we've considered different things we could do with him. I think it'd do him good to wear a rug, simply because I think he needs that sort of contact on him. So in order to do that, there's a few things we need to habituate him to first. But what was really interesting was we decided we'd do some give to the bit work with him. And he's had a bridle on once, you know, when he first arrived here, so a long time ago. But not really since then. But as soon as he put the bridle on, what happened then, Shane?
He just feels like he's a horse ready to go to work. He's kind of like, okay, he's giving something else to think about, I think. That's my opinion, is he's not just worried about what you're about to do or ask him.
Yeah.
He's doing his own thing with the bridle right now. He's like, I got to work on this. The water is squealing right now, and that's kind of making him go. Sounds like a dying horse.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. Yeah, but that was really interesting. So he was, when you were doing those sort of advanced inside turns before, his focus was all on you. He was getting, you know, he's very vigilant, you know, he's worried about everything. He turns quite fast, put the bridle on, he starts chewing on that. And back to that old thing, you can only think of one thing at a time. His focus was the bridle, and that's really helped us a lot. So this is really good to see. So what's next for him then?
I would say that maybe putting a surcingle on him, getting him habituated to that, so having a girth.
Yeah.
And that's going to involve, us getting close to him. Yeah. But I think then we just don't play the game of you're moving, we'll wait till you stop. We just go for it.
Yeah.
And because he can handle it, not go for it and see what happens. We know I've had a rope around his belly.
That's right.
He's been saddled. We know he can handle it, but we can't wait for the feet to stand still right now, because he's kind of in charge of our progression then.
Yeah. And he's also been in charge of the emotional level as well. So I think that's what we need to take back. And, you know, he's shown us with different things like the farrier, for example. So when we got to his front feet and we could pick his front feet up, we then, you know, had him see the farrier. And he was very nervous with the farrier, but he got through it. He did it, you know, it was a good lesson for him. And I think these sorts of little lessons like this are going to be really helpful. So I'm very pleased, and I look forward to, I think, the next lesson. So next time we can put the reins on him and just start a little bit of give to the bit, and then he's going to have to habituate to the whip, which is another thing, which is really good. And then, as you say, the surcingle, and then we're working our way towards long reining him and really giving him something else to think about.
Yeah, and doing that rope around his hind quarter to
follow
have him
the
change
feel.
direction.
Yeah. And so we'll do that with the head collar under the bridle. You see he's got his head collar under his bridle, which is useful so you can still do things just while he habituates to wearing that bit.
I really like the expression on his face with his mind being occupied even right now.
Yeah.
He's not holding his breath. He's very busy working on this bit.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of relaxing him a little bit.
Yeah. He doesn't seem at all upset about the bridle, but he's certainly giving it a lot of thought. No, it's great. That's really good. That might be a big step forward for him.
Okay, Aussie.